Welcome back to Triple F Sports Talk. I'm Josh. That's Bryce. That's Roy over there. Roy's back. Roy missed last week.
Second time doing the intro.
Little problems first time. Pod 50. Can't believe it's been 50 weeks already.
Yep.
Bryce didn't say what he said last time, so
we're about to hit a year.
First thing we're going to talk about, you're seeing this on Tuesday or on Wednesday. We're recording on Tuesday. This Saturday, all three will be live in Champaign for Michigan at Illinois.
Go Blue.
That game. We'll get into that game a little bit later. But we will be live streaming pregame. Really, when we're tailgating, it'll be early in the morning. But we're not sure exactly what platform. Looking like YouTube, our YouTube channel, Triple F Sports Talk, where these get posted every week. Very slight chances on TikTok, but we will have a post either Thursday or Friday night announcing which one, and then again Saturday morning we'll post like a link in all our socials and stuff to get in. Hopefully you drop in. Roy's, me, Bryce, we're all going to be drinking a little bit. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun time. Roy's going to get ready to be heartbroken, so he's going to need that. But that's all right. We're going to talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. Hey, come have a pork burger and a hot dog. We'll have plenty of it.
Yeah. So let's jump right on into NFL. Before we jump into scores and all that, let's get it out of the way. Today, as we record, it'll be a day for you guys. 2 trades have gone down. The NFL trade deadline is in like November 5th, I believe, early November. Not very active compared to other sports.
Isn't it like when we vote?
Yeah, one of them. Something like that.
6th is when we vote.
NFL trade deadline not nearly as active as some other sports. A little bit harder to just go from team to team and learn playbooks and stuff like that. But the positions are the same today in the 2 trades, and those positions actually do get moved a little bit more often. First trade this morning, the Raiders have finally decided to trade Davante Adams. They sent him to the Jets, where most people predicted for a 3rd-round pick this year. It could be a 2nd-round pick if he is first or second team All-Pro, or if he is on, or if the Jets, I should say, make it to the AFC Championship game or Super Bowl, which if they make it to Super Bowl, they made the AFC Championship game, and he has to be playing, can't be hurt. So conditional, 3rd round, could be 2nd.
Did you guys see how it was announced on the Pat McAfee show this morning?
When Davante Adams walked behind him?
Yeah, they were talking to, and all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers goes like, come over here, and then Davante Adams walks up behind him.
Yeah.
So Davante Adams has definitely been sleeping at Aaron Rodgers' place since he requested the trade.
And that one, a lot of people knew Davante Adams was going to get moved. He requested the trade. It made sense kind of for both teams, and both, really just the Raiders move on at this point. Browns make more of a shocking trade. I don't think anyone was talking about this. Browns trade Amari Cooper and a 6th-round pick in next year's draft. Well, this year's draft, I guess, but next offseason's draft to the Buffalo Bills. The Bills go and acquire a receiver a couple months after moving from their number 1. And in return, the Browns are receiving a 3rd-round pick in this year's coming draft and a 7th-round pick in next year's draft. So 2 drafts from now. Thoughts? Bryce, I'll rip with you. You can talk about both of them. One of them doesn't matter. What do you think about the trades?
I mean, Davante Adams to the Jets, it made the most sense. They were teammates forever in Green Bay. But, I mean, what the fuck was the point of Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay? The whole damn team that he had there is at the fucking Jets now. So, I mean, he's just going to lose in the playoffs every year if he makes it to the playoffs this year, just like he did in Green Bay with the same fucking players. So, I mean, it was pretty obvious to see it going there. I still think it's just stupid. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is that good anymore. He's a little washed now. But we'll get into that whenever we talk about the actual game.
All right. Roy, what about you? What do you think about both those trades?
Well, I mean, Davante Adams to the Jets is tiring. I mean, it's been talked about basically since Aaron Rodgers has been a Jet. So we're just waiting for that to happen. Amari Cooper, I mean, they've been talking about trading him to different teams. I think I read Minnesota at one point. I've read some other teams. This helps the Bills. I mean, that's what the Bills needed, another receiver. You could see that last night in the game we'll talk about. But this will help Josh Allen and help that team. If they get another defense player on that pass rusher for the Bills, that's a dangerous team to play.
Yeah. I'll start with the Browns one. I like it for the Bills. I mean, I think it's a little weird. You move on from Diggs, then you bring him in. just like seems weird in that. But I understand that it's chemistry probably. I mean, everyone knows why they moved Diggs is chemistry.
Money.
Yeah, money too. But I mean, I like it for the Browns too. I mean, the Browns are 1-5 at this point. They're not going anywhere this season. Amari Cooper isn't getting any younger for them. They don't even have time to throw the ball anyway. So what's the difference?
And they have the worst quarterback in the entire league.
Yeah, so I like it for the Browns as well. You know, you get a 3rd-round pick, and they acquired Cooper for, I believe, a 5th-round pick from the Cowboys. So they made progress. So I like it, I guess, from both sides. And the Raiders trade, I really like this for both sides. I mean, the Raiders move on from Adams. It was kind of expected. I like it for the Jets because they are all in. You know, you don't have a 40-year-old quarterback and trade for him if you're not going to go for it. So I like it from their perspective, and it's chemistry. Those two have had good chemistry over the years, and it doesn't hurt to add a star receiver, which Davante Adams still is a really good receiver. That's really all I have for the trades. You guys want to jump into the picks from this week? Let's go over them. First, I'll go over the scores of the NFL really fast. Let's burn through them. San Fran wins Thursday Night Football 36-24 over Seattle. Chicago wins in London 35-16 over the Jags. Green Bay handles Arizona 34-13. Indianapolis wins a close one over Tennessee 20-17. Houston rolls New England 41-21. Tampa Bay beats New Orleans pretty bad 51-27. Fun fact, New Orleans scores all 27 in the same quarter. Philly wins an ugly one over Cleveland 2016. Baltimore wins at home against Washington 30-23. Detroit routs Dallas in Dallas 47-9. Chargers win a close one in Denver 23-16. Pittsburgh handles Los Angeles 32-13. Atlanta takes care of Carolina 38-20. Cincinnati wins an ugly one on Sunday Night Football against the Giants 17-7. And Buffalo wins a close one 23-20 against the Jets in MetLife. So those are the games from the week. Our picks from last week, we had a tie. Roy had his good first week, having a really positive record. I'll give it to him. Bryce and Roy both go 12-2. Very good weeks, boys. Very good. I am 3 games behind them at 9-5 for the week. So the boys put on a good show over there. And our total standings, Roy and Bryce are tied as well. Look at that. Tied for last. 50-42. I still hold the advantage. 52-40. So I have a 2-game lead over them. It's been pretty tight, kind of ebbs and flows. Me and Bryce have been more of the up or downs. Roy has been pretty flat in the middle, most part. So
just like baseball, I'm waking up.
What are the 2 we got wrong?
I got the Bears and Thursday night.
Yeah. Roy missed the first 2 games of the week on our thing. Thursday night, and then the Jags at 8 a.m. He got every game right after that. You did miss the Seahawks game. You had the Cardinals going into Green Bay and winning, and they lost.
Yeah.
And those were your 2.
You picked the Lions? I guess I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, he did. Over the Cowboys, he did.
Holy shit.
I also missed the same 2 as Roy. I did have the Colts beating the Texans. I had the Broncos beating the Chargers, and I had the Jets beating the Bills. What?
Yeah, you had the fucking Jags beating the Bears, too. I thought an apology out of both of you.
For what?
Yeah.
Dogging on the Bears.
We didn't dog them. I just didn't pick them to win. You didn't pick the Cowboys.
I'm always dogging them.
I almost always do.
That's true. All right, Roy, game of the week. What do you got?
My game of the week was last night's Monday Night Football game. Bills versus Jets. First half, offensive showdown. Pretty much what it was. Both teams could run up and down the field. Some missed field goals by the Jets. I mean, Greg the Leg. Jake Long used to love Greg the Leg. Boinked 2 of them during that match. So, second half was the defenses finally showed up, did really well. I was really impressed how the Bills could run the ball without James Cook being out. Yeah. So, I felt like Aaron Rodgers is starting to come into a groove. He started throwing the ball better, when he got some time. His offensive line just got to pick it, especially his right tackle, number 77, whatever his name. Damn, how do you just whiff on everybody there for I think one whole series? I don't think he touched anybody. Ridiculous. You're an offensive fucking lineman. That's what you're supposed to do. But no, great game. I'm the Bills. They're a team that you don't want to. If they improve with Amari Cooper and they get anybody else added to that defense, that's a dangerous team. And I can't wait to see how it goes. But it was a great game.
Yeah, Bryce, what about you?
Yeah, I really wanted to talk about this game because I've said it all year. The Jets are not that fucking good. I mean, they brought in a washed quarterback. I'll admit he's an amazing quarterback, always was. He is not as good. He sat a year off for an injury. They fired their coach over it. They still don't look like they have an offense almost the whole game to me. They kept going down the field, stall out. I know there's some missed field goals. They made a fucking Hail Mary. If you take away the Hail Mary, like, the offense looks like shit, if you ask me. The only thing that looked good was them running the ball. I didn't think that Rodgers played amazing. He had like 290 passing yards, but none of it capitalized at the end of the day. They knew that the wind was an issue, and they kept going for field goals. That's their fault. They should have probably not been penalized so much and actually got down the field and scored. But, you know, firing the coach is always a scapegoat whenever you've got somebody like Aaron Rodgers on your team.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Bryce. In some regards, I also disagree with you in some regards. At the end of the day, the Jets played mediocre to me, as they have all season. They should have won the game. They missed 2 field goals. They hit those, they win. You can say the Hail Mary, and I agree. You know, you take that away, it probably doesn't happen. But at the end of the day, they caught it. If the kicker makes both those kicks, and they're not like 60-yarders, I'm not like saying that. Like, to me, if you even over 50, 32-yarder and a 37-yarder or something like that. Got to make both those, in my opinion, and you win the game. Jets, to me, their offense from their own 30 to the 50 was fine. Moved the ball just fine. They stalled at midfield really bad. Costly penalties all over the field for both teams. Yeah. I mean, I'm so tired of refs on prime times taking over. It's only prime times, man.
Yeah.
They don't do it in the noon slate. Prime times, man. They love it. But the Bills, to me, outside of the first 3 weeks, I believe, because they started 3-0, the Bills' offense has really slowed down. They do run the ball well, and they need to run the ball more. Even when they have James Cook back, that offense works so much better when they run the ball because it opens up receivers. It opens up play action for Josh Allen. I think they get away from that run game too easily because they have Josh Allen. I'd like to see the Bills run the ball a little bit more. And adding Amari Cooper can only help, really, in my opinion. They don't use their receivers very well. Like, tight ends are great. Kincaid, Knox, even though you don't see Knox a whole lot anymore. Run game's good. They even throw it to the running backs pretty well. They don't throw them to their receivers at all anymore. Weird offense, but good for the Bills to get a win, and that's a big one, especially could be really big late in the season if they battle the Jets, having at least one win over them now. So that's all I have from that game.
Yeah, I just want to add, I mean, we saw one of the worst roughing the passers I've ever seen in my entire life, and this is the first time I've ever seen where a quarterback after the game even claims that it's not roughing the passer against himself. So the NFL's got to fix that rule. I cannot stand it. It's unbelievable.
He's actually done that in the past. He's been on that show before. Yeah. Seasons in Green Bay and been like, oh, yeah, he didn't hit me. That shouldn't have been a flag. So,
I mean, it's all soft. The league has gotten soft on everybody because everybody's getting hurt. That's all it's doing.
Bryce does not have a game of the week. He's just going to talk about the Bears and Jags. So that's going to take me to mine. I chose the Commanders and Ravens. Kind of a back and forth seesaw battle. I was actually pretty impressed by the Commanders going into Baltimore. I'll talk about this one first more in detail. It's weird. The Ravens defense, to me, at times when it's like, hey, we need to stop, they play pretty well. But it seems like in the middle of the game, like when it doesn't matter, they play like shit. Commanders move the ball up and down the field for the most part. A couple weird penalties for Ravens. Hamilton gets a roughing or unnecessary roughness on a regular tackle, in my opinion. Daniels looks good. To me, his offensive line's been great, which isn't very good on paper. It's really not. He's had a lot of time back there, and him and Terry McLaurin got a good connection. On the other side, I mean, it's a Derrick Henry show. Let's be real. This dude is a different animal. He has so many miles on him in the NFL and in college, and I'm sure in high school. And this dude is just so good. Lamar Jackson pairs perfect with him. It's just a match made in heaven. We all knew it in the offseason. But at the end of the day, it was the Ravens' offense that was the difference maker. And the Ravens are rolling. I think they start 0-2, and now they're 4-2, so they've won 4 straight. It's a good team.
Yeah, I'll go. The Commanders, I mean, they do have probably one of the best offensive lines in the league. I mean, you can't ask for a better thing for a rookie quarterback to come in and just have an unbelievable amount of time to learn and grow in the offense. So that's something they've done well, but they have to be kicking themselves in the foot from kind of blowing up their defense last year and start of the rebuild. Nobody could expect them in year one of the rebuild to be this good already, but that defense just doesn't have it whenever it comes down to it. The Ravens just ran it right down their throat with Derrick Henry, and Lamar Jackson seemed like he was doing just about whatever he wanted. So the Ravens are still probably a juggernaut, but this Commanders team, I said it last year, I thought that they could be good. They definitely could be even better this year with a better quarterback.
Yeah, this game was. I thought it was a very good game. I thought the Ravens are just tough. When you have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, you could. I mean, do that read option. That's just. I mean, it's just tough. I mean, you saw a couple of times Jackson's starting to realize, hey, I can pull this and get 10, 12 yards, and he's it's starting to come in form, and that's what got him, especially late. That's what got Commanders in trouble. I am impressed with Dan Quinn and what he's doing with the Commanders. I mean, he is building a culture there in Washington, and Jane Daniels is playing very well. He got a great line, got some receivers, he's got playmakers, and that defense is playing better than I thought it would, and it's keeping them in games. Now they're gonna struggle against these teams like the Ravens. The Ravens are just a good team. I mean, they may be the best team in the league right now. Them and I'd say a couple others, but the Commanders are in the NFC. They can compete with you at least, and they are going to grow and get better. And if they may add a player or two here at the deadline, if we don't, that stuff. The trade deadline just in NFL is just different. So you never know. But it could. I mean, they could do some and get some good players for them, and that would be a completely change their whole team. They are probably. I mean, right now, are they leading the East or the East?
East.
So I mean, you got to think a team that I think I picked them third or fourth. So that's
one game lead over Philly. Philly had a bye though. That's why technically same loss column. Dallas 1 back, New York 2 back.
But you got to be impressed. Dan Quinn's done a great job. He did a good job with Atlanta. Just got there at the end, just couldn't finish it off. But he's doing a great job in Washington.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything else from that game. Bryce, we'll talk about the Bears and Jags in London. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, great game by the Bears. The Jags are starting to really look like that. This Trevor Lawrence, he gets the ball to his receivers, and he doesn't have anybody that can catch the ball still. We saw it last year with Calvin Ridley. Let him down all season, and now he's got players letting him down this season. It's the same story. Travis Etienne's out, so they just don't have much of an offense, and their defense just gets picked apart. I mean, Caleb Williams had all day, was just piecing them up. The only things that I would really say bad about the Bears is the one interception by Caleb Williams. If it was a deeper ball, it's a touchdown to DJ Moore. Just underthrown. I mean, it's a rookie mistake. And then the Bears come out flat every single game. It doesn't matter who we play or where it's at. We have one score in the first quarter all season. And the coaching needs to figure out a way to wake this team up before the second or before the halftime, because we can do this against mediocre or bad teams and still win. We cannot do this against good teams, and we have some good teams, especially in our division coming up. If we want to make the playoffs, we have to come out ready at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I'll go next. I didn't watch most of this game. I mean, it started at 8 in the morning. I wasn't going to wake up for that. But I just take more, like Bryce said, how he started. I take more of how the Jags looked than the Bears. The Bears did what they were supposed to do. They're a better team than them. They are. And they played like it up and down the field. But, man, the Jags, I still think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. He just doesn't have a whole lot. Run game is gone. I mean, Etienne last year was good. Even in the pass game, they don't have anything. The offensive line looks like shit. Their receivers look like shit. Christian Kirk's okay, but outside of that, what do they have? Evan Ingram has only played like 1 game, 2 games maybe. I think the coaching is also pretty piss poor. Doug Peterson just isn't the guy. Let's be real. I was surprised they played so poorly in London. They were second home. But, Bears did what they were supposed to do. And the thing about the Bears, I'll give them credit, they're winning the games they're supposed to. They lose to Houston, probably are not better than Houston. Let's be real. But all these bad teams that they're playing, they're beating because they are better than them, and they're finally playing like they're better than them. So I'll give them credit for that. But I do agree their coaching staff is not very good, though.
Yeah, give the credit to the Bears. There, like you guys said, they're winning what they need to. They're not very good at team, but they're winning. They're beating these bad teams. So I'll give them credit on that. Jags are just shit. There's nothing to say about it. I mean,
they've fallen apart.
I don't know how you get all this young talent and you just didn't do anything with it, and then now you're just stuck. I mean, Urban Meyer fucked them by the first year, and Trevor Lawrence had all the talent in the world. I think he still has, but he's just got nothing, and he's gonna be one of them that'll just bounce around now for a couple of years until he finds a situation that's really good, and then he'll be like a Sam Darnold type thing. But right now, it's a joke right down there in Jacksonville. But there's not much to say. And this whole London thing, I don't know. 8:00 football games I like, but it's in freaking London.
You're going to be more mad because guess what? They didn't come back to America because guess what?
They play the Patriots.
They play in London this week again, so they never left.
It's supposed to be a guaranteed bye week after a London game, but instead they're just making them stay there and play another game before their bye week.
You guys have anything else for that game?
No, just go Bears. We look good.
Cowboys, Lions. I'll go first on this one. I actually did not get to watch this game. I was at a wedding, or I was
You're playing video games with me during.
Yeah, I was. What was I doing? I was not able to watch this game in the beginning, but it doesn't matter.
Why would you?
No, I did think it was going to be ugly. Maybe not this ugly. I did pick the Lions, and if I'm picking against the Cowboys, that tells me I'm almost guaranteed that they're going to lose. They actually didn't win how I thought they would. They didn't run the ball. They did run the ball very well, but they didn't run. That's not how they won the game. They won the ball. They won the game because the Cowboys had no defense anywhere. Their whole front six is injured. They were out 4 of their linemen, their starting linebacker. I knew it was going to be ugly. The thing that is annoying as a Cowboys fan is how ugly it got. They're starting to become embarrassing losses. And once the Cowboys get down by about 20, they're done. They don't play anymore. And then it gets to 40. That's all they do. They either win or lose by 40. There's no in between. But that's a coaching thing. I do think Mike McCarthy's on his last season. And then I know Bill Belichick's going to be the coach. It's going to kill me. But the only other thing I'll say is I am disappointed in the offense a little bit. The offense has the pieces, maybe not in the running game, but offensive line, they do. Receivers, they do. They're just not clicking. They just seem a bit off. I really think the offense needs to get going because that's what Mike McCarthy is good at, is offense. So he does need to get that offense going. As bad as the Cowboys have played, they've hung around. They're 3-3, and we're injured. We got a bye week this week. We need it. Bears also have a bye week. I didn't mention that. We need it. We need health-wise. And we got a gauntlet of a schedule. You just got to hang in there and get yourselves in the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to. I think they're offensively good enough. Defensively, their injuries have really stacked up. They need to get healthy. But that's all I got from this game. It was ugly.
Yeah. I don't think there's really much to talk about. It was 47-9. It was just an absolute embarrassment. Lions did whatever they wanted all the way down the field and just kicked the shit out of them.
I agree. And Lions are probably one of the better teams in the NFC, and
I'm getting there. Don't worry. Go ahead.
What?
No, we forgot something. We'll get there.
No, I think the Lions are one of the better teams in the NFC, but Dallas just. I read an article today that Jerry Jones has lost the pulse of NFL and lost the pulse of football.
The Cowboys will never be good again until that guy dies.
Yeah, and he just
the problem is his son runs it after he does.
He just turned 82, right? I think his birthday was Sunday.
Yep,
and
82.
So might as well just let your son run it because I agree. I think he's just lost what it takes to win, to even put a team together, and to how to get a culture or anything. And Dallas is not going to be anything for a while.
Yep. I will reiterate what Bryce was alarming to, because I thought the same thing as soon as I got done talking. I do agree with you, Roy. I do think Detroit's one of the best teams in the NFC. They did just lose their best player for the season. Aiden Hutchinson is out. He will not
player
play
of the year.
again.
Should have been.
He snapped his leg.
He might not play next year.
Yeah, that was gruesome.
He'll play. It's just a break. It's just a double break. They said it's an 8 month. recover.
That thing
Yeah.
went sideways.
But yeah, that's a tough loss. If I'm the Lions, to me, when healthy, yes, I do think the 49ers are better / could beat them, in anything. The Niners aren't healthy and not playing good right now. This is their best chance to go for it a little bit. I'm not saying they need to go all in, push all the chips in. They need to go get a pass rusher because if they don't get any pressure, that defense will get eaten alive a little bit. And then, that will make Jared Goff have to throw the ball more than they want to run the ball. I'm not saying they have to go get a Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, but they do need to go look at a defensive upgrade. You look at the Browns, you might not get Garrett, but you could get Zadarius Smith, someone on a much cheaper contract. They need to go make a move out there, but they do lose Aiden Hutchinson, which is a huge loss in Detroit.
Yeah. No, I agree.
We're going to talk about.
Yeah, that was what I was going to talk about.
I knew.
There's one more thing I want to say. Do you guys happen to know who has the highest point differential so far this season?
Let me guess, the Bears.
No.
Oh. Highest point differential.
Do you know, Roy?
I don't.
They
I
are
would say
Actually, that was really honestly about to be my guess just because they were undefeated. So
the Vikings.
Vikings.
Do you know who's the second highest point differential?
Oh, I do know this. I don't know the exact order, but I do know why he's saying this. I'm going to guess the Lions.
Do you know who's the third highest?
The Packers.
The Bears.
Oh, okay, Bears.
Do you know who's the fourth?
Packers.
That is the best division in football. And I said it before the season. It is not even close now.
Right now they are. We'll
there's
see
only
at the end
3
of the
teams
season.
that are worth anything in that division.
Yeah.
This guy, I can't stand him.
So let's pick our games this week, boys.
Is it possible for the whole division to make the playoffs or no?
No.
They can all win the wild
No,
card.
because you'll have 3. You get 3 wild cards.
Yeah, that's crazy. They could be the best 4 teams in the whole.
Well,
NFC.
no, hold on.
You only
I don't
get
think-
there's 4.
You could.
Yeah, they'd all have to win the wild card.
No, there's
You
only
would
2 wild card.
I thought no. There's 3 now. We have the extended.
Yeah.
There's 7 teams total.
7 teams total.
First team one gets by.
Yeah, 1 gets by instead of 2 like the old days. So now it's 3. So yes, you could in theory make it, but you won't. It's almost too impossible to happen because you have to play each other.
Yeah.
So you have to.
You'd
lose.
have to
They
get
all split
10
every
wins.
game.
I mean, you would have to all split and then basically not win out, but like
Yeah.
all basically have.
You'd all have to
really
get
good-
10. Be 10 wins. 10 wins.
There's a
season.
13 win streak right now in the NFC North.
Yeah, but you got like the Bears. Have you guys played anyone in the division yet?
No,
See, so like you're gonna have 6 games against people.
I know.
So in that
What
regard,
do you do? Play 6 in a row? Because I mean, we're already in
Pretty
what week?
much.
yeah, they
Because we
you
play the Commanders and then Patriots, and then we play the Lions. I think.
Yeah, they do. They
So
play
we
like
play-
5 division games in a
Yeah.
row going through. But
Jeez.
let's get into our picks this week. Thursday night football. Broncos at Saints. I'll go first. This one's a tough one for me. Both Broncos kind of play like shit / look okay some weeks. Saints have a backup quarterback. I don't think Derek Carr's playing. It's in New Orleans. Give me the Saints.
I'm gonna have to go Broncos. I mean, they are one of the best teams I've ever seen in my life. Like the Steelers in past days, and there's just no way the Saints. Backup quarterback. It's Jameis Winston, isn't it?
No, he's on the Browns.
No, he's on the Browns.
Spencer
Oh.
Rattler.
Spencer Rattler. That is true. Didn't he have like 250 passing yards of this?
He looked good for a little
Yeah.
bit. So the Saints scored all their points in 1 quarter. He looked good for that quarter.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the Broncos.
I'm gonna take the Broncos. I haven't picked a Thursday night football game right in about I think all year, so
That's
I'll take
true.
the Broncos.
Next one, 8 a.m. Patriots go to the Jaguars. Battle of dog shit right here to me. I do this. I think every week I have missed a Jags game. I think their 1 win I bet against them, and every other week I bet for them. So I miss a Jags pick every week. With the Patriots are 1-4. Their first win was week 1 against the Bengals. After that, they've lost out. Jags staying in London. I'll take the Jags.
Yeah, there's too many factors. They're staying in London, and it's Drake May's second start as a rookie quarterback on one of the worst rosters I've ever seen. There's no way Trevor Lawrence can blow this one.
Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna watch this game unless you're a Jags and Patriots fan? I'm gonna go Jags just because they're staying in London. I mean, there's no other reason is because of that.
Next one starts at noon slate. Lions go to Minnesota. Bryce, I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna have to take the Vikings on this one. I think their defense is just strong enough to slow down that run game, make Jared Goff beat them, and then they're gonna score their points that they need with Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson.
Roy?
I am gonna go with. I'm gonna go Lions. I'm gonna go Lions.
Yeah, absolute coin flip for me.
It is.
Hutchinson being out does scare me. Minnesota also got a bye. They got to prepare 2 weeks. I'll take the Vikings in this one. Titans go to Buffalo. Titans suck. Give me Buffalo.
Yeah, I agree.
Buffalo.
Will Levis is literally on the most historic run of making a meme every single week.
Yeah.
I think he has 8 this year, and there's only been 6 games.
Yeah, it's impressive. All Bills. I'm assuming I didn't.
Yeah.
I
Buffalo.
assumed. I'll go next on this one. Dolphins go to Indianapolis. I'll take the 97-year-old Joe Flacco. Give me the Colts.
Anthony Richardson is rumored to maybe start though.
He could.
I don't think it matters though. I'm taking the Colts either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Colts. I mean, Dolphins look bad. So
Yeah.
Seahawks at the Falcons. Battle of the Hawks. Roy, I'll let you go first on this one. What do you got?
I'm gonna take the Falcons at home.
Got the
Right?
Dirty Bird
Yep.
matchup. I want the Seahawks.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I would really like to watch this game. I have a lot.
Watch it in the car ride.
I have a lot of fantasy players in this one. I bet I pick the Falcons every week, but the Seahawks didn't look very good against the Niners last week. I will also take the Falcons with you, Roy. Texans at Packers. This one's a tough one. I'll go first on this one. Packers starting to play a little bit better. Most takeaways in football, by the way. Packers. Texans take care of the ball, though. Texans don't have Nico Collins. I'll take the Packers at home on this one. Rice?
I'm going to take the Texans. I think that all of these crazy throws Jordan Love keeps making, where it's just jump ball after jump ball, he's not going to get lucky eventually. I think this Texans defense is a little bit better to stop that. So I'm going to take the Texans.
I think the Packers are a better team, so I'll just go with the Packers.
Bengals at Browns. I just can't choose the Browns. I'll take the Bengals, even though I don't think they look very good.
I agree, but there is a chance that I see their whole defensive line getting blown up this week. So they could change my – I still probably wouldn't change my answer, but there is a chance that I'm really breaking apart soon.
So Bengals?
Yeah, both teams actually could blow up their defensive line.
I'm going to take the Bengals. I think T. Higgins looked really, really good this last weekend, so I'm going to.
T. Higgins, I tell you what, Bengals lose this one. Prime candidate to be the next one moved. Not because he will not be there next year. Eagles go to the Giants. Saquon Barkley returns to New York. I just know they're going to feed him 4 touchdowns. I'll take the Eagles.
You got to think he's going to have 200 yards with 4 touchdowns. I'm taking the Eagles as well.
I hope he does. I have him in fantasy football, so let's go Eagles.
Speaking of fantasy football, Roy wasn't on the podcast last week for me to tell everybody that I kicked the shit out of him in fantasy football.
Yeah.
Congrats. Raiders go to the Rams.
No money on the line.
There's a trophy.
Yeah. Raiders go to the Rams. Not gonna lie, one of my worst takes coming in the year. I thought the Raiders were gonna have a good year. I'm not gonna lie. They're right there with the Panthers for the worst team in football. I'll take the Rams.
Here's another team about to blow up their defensive line. Max Crosby might be a Bear soon.
You do know Max Crosby literally got asked about a trade. He goes, I have a Raiders tattoo. I don't want to go anywhere.
He might not have a choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Who'd you pick? The Rams?
The Rams.
I'll take the Rams.
I would hope so. Panthers at Commanders. I'll take the Commanders.
Yeah, I agree.
Gosh, Commanders.
I think they're arguing over the starting quarterback again, whether it's going to be Bryce Young or Andy Dalton, because, they're both so bad.
Yeah. Whoever they think is worse, that's who I'd throw out there right now to lose every game possible. We got a Super Bowl rematch. Not everybody's healthy, but it is Super Bowl rematch. Chiefs go to San Fran. Roy, I'll let you go first on this one. What do you got?
Chiefs. San Francisco's got too many people hurt.
Yeah, I hate picking the Chiefs, and you have to. It's just too many people hurt, and it's impossible to beat the refs.
Yeah, my gut really won't. Even the best teams in football, they do lose games in the year. This really, really wants me to pick the 49ers. I'm going to take the Niners just as the upset. I do think the Chiefs are better and they win, but I have to choose an upset somewhere. Jets at Steelers. Bryce, I'll let you go first on this one. What do you got?
It is pretty much announced that Russell Wilson's going to be starting this game. And, I'm shocked that they're going to go away from their 4-2 quarterback right now, but I do think the Steelers defense is going to absolutely maul Aaron Rodgers. I don't care that they got Devontae Adams. I'm taking the Steelers in like a 20-17 game.
Okay. Roy?
I'm going to take the Jets. I think Devontae Adams will be better. And I think the Steelers defense has shown it's got some weaknesses here and there, especially in secondary. So I will take the Jets.
Unlike Bryce, I am going to have a asterisk next to this pick. If Devontae Adams plays one play, I'm choosing the Jets. If he is out and does not play for a hamstring injury or just not ready, I want the Steelers. But I'm going to pick the Jets because I think he's going to play. One snap. I don't care if it's the first snap and he dies. I'll take the Jets. But asterisk, I'm saying it live. Unlike Bryce when he just said, I didn't think they were going to all be out. I'll change my pick. Whatever. Ravens go to Buccaneers for Sunday Night Football. This should be a fun one. This should be a high-scoring game. I hope so. Bryce, I'll let you go first. What do you got?
Give me Baker Mania. Upset on on Monday Night Football.
I'll tell you what. If the Bears did not exist, this dude would be a Buccaneers fan. This dude loves the Buccaneers.
No, I would be a Bills fan.
You love the
But
Buccaneers,
I do love
though.
the Buccaneers.
He loves them.
I love Baker Mania.
He does. Roy, what do you got?
I'm going to go Ravens. I think they're hot, and I think they're playing really well.
Yeah, I actually kind of want the Bucs to win. I'll take the Ravens in the run game. I think they can speed the game up a little bit. Baker's going to have his Baker Mania one crazy throw for a touchdown, but he's also going to have that one Baker Mania, one crazy pick. I'll take the Ravens, but I kind of root for the Bucs, not going to lie. Monday Night Football, not going to lie, might not watch it. Chargers go to Arizona. Cardinals either look really good or awful. There is really no in between. Give me the Chargers. I want the Cardinals, though.
I am not going to lie either. I will not watch this game. It's not even my thing. But I do think Quentin Johnson's going to have 2 touchdowns. So give me the Chargers.
I mean, that's just – you should bet that because you make a lot of money.
I'm going to.
I'm going to take Chargers. I won't watch the game. I think baseball will be on maybe. So I will not watch it, even though I love Jim Harbaugh. But I'll go with Chargers.
And that'll do it. 2 teams on the bye. Both our teams. There's the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. So that'll do it for our picks of the week. I don't think I have anything for NFL. Do you guys?
No.
All right, let's roll it into college football, Roy.
College football. What a weekend. I mean, I don't know if you got to watch a bunch of college football games, but man, there were some really good ones. Let's go with the top 12 right now. Texas, number 1. Oregon, number 2. Penn State, 3. Ohio State, 4. Georgia, 5. Miami, 6. Alabama, 7. LSU, 8. ISU. Iowa State, 9. Clemson, 10.
Illinois State.
No, Illinois State. I said,
Wow.
Iowa State. Clemson, 10. Tennessee, 11. And Notre Dame, 12. You guys got anything on those top 12?
No, I'm actually I hadn't seen the rankings. I'm a little surprised Ohio State didn't drop a little bit more. Even I'm not saying they should have, but surprised they didn't. They only went down 2. That's
terrible end of the game.
Well, you're looking at their. We'll talk about that here in a minute. We're talking a lot of one-loss teams, and then you got Miami, who's barely beating teams, and they're undefeated, and then Iowa State, who's just kind of coming in here in a terrible Big 12. So, but that is so. Let's go on to the scores for this week. Some of the games, I don't know if you got to watch it. There were some pretty good games this last week.
Maybe the best slate of college football schedule ever, possibly.
Ever.
It's close.
It was good. We'll start off with the Texas-Oklahoma. Oklahoma's defense, Oklahoma's not where they need to be, where they used to be. And Texas just rolled them.
I didn't get to watch all of the game. That's the first time that when I watched that game, I looked at Texas and I said, that's an SEC school. Now, I know they're really good, but Texas and Oklahoma always play close. That's a rivalry game. They're always tight. Last year, Oklahoma even won. But this year, you looked at Texas and you said, that team's different.
Yeah.
So
it's a different team. They are
SEC school now.
Yeah. Brent Venables, the coach of Oklahoma, came from Clemson. He's on the hot seat. He's just not performing the way he needs to. The highlight game, I think, of the night was the Oregon-Ohio State. I don't know if you guys got to watch that. Great game. Just can't believe. There was a lot of speed, a lot of things going on, and then the end, just unbelievable ending. Just an experienced quarterback making a mistake like that. That's just Just something you wouldn't see.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say about this game, Bryce?
I mean, yeah, I agree it was a mistake, but it did look to me like he got down with 1 second left on the clock. I mean, he's running. There is a clock in front of him. He can see, I'm pretty sure, and I think he timed it right. I just think they called it wrong.
But you come down at 1, you still have to come set and do one. It's not like it's you have to come set. So the 1 second would have fell off.
Yeah,
I don't have anything to say about the slide. I would like to ask you guys about the play before. I don't know if you guys know exactly what happened to the play. Yeah, okay. 12 men on the field from what about the 50-ish? I'm not. I mean, doesn't matter. 50-ish. Okay. And they run the play, and it takes 4 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the result, but 4 seconds came off the clock.
Incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incomplete pass.
To me, when it gets inside of 2 minutes, that clock should go back to where it was. Because
it's never done that.
But to me, at the end of the day, that screwed Ohio State. They ran a play, and I'm not saying if there's 11 men on the field instead of 12, they score a touchdown. I'm not saying that. But what in the world is stopping a defense now in the future
from putting 20 on?
From putting 13 men on the field and saying, I don't care if it takes 20 seconds. They're only getting 5 yards.
Yeah.
Something needs to be adjusted in that. I'm not saying it has to be the time.
What
Maybe
you could do
15.
instead the time, you could stop the play dead when you recount when they noticed it. They saw it was 12-team.
And then it should have gone back to 10. If you go,
I don't think you should. If the play happens, the time shouldn't go back on. Okay. I believe that if a play happens. No, I'm saying if the referee counts 12, they snap the ball. You can blow the play dead. Then it's just like if you when a defensive player approaches and hits another offensive line, it calls the play dead. You can call the play dead. They just don't do that. That's just not what they do in 12 man.
Well, in that regard, I think that it should be more than a 5-yard penalty. Then to me they got screwed because then they only had one play. That was it, and the ending was weird. They only had one play. Yeah, he slid and lost time.
I would have said the whole matter of the clock period was bad. So if you would have went 4 or 5 plays before that, there was 35 seconds left, and a play happened. A penalty was called against Ohio State. Well, the clock automatically rolls. It was offensive pass interference, which I am not an Ohio State fan, and I don't think that was offensive pass interference.
It wasn't.
But then Ohio State, the clock's running, and Ohio State didn't do anything. They didn't call timeout. They lost to 23 seconds there.
I'm not saying they lost the game because of it. I'm just saying when I saw that live, I didn't think that was fair to Ohio State. They got 12 men on the field, which was an extra player, so that no wonder nobody was open. And they lost half the game clock, and they get 5 yards out of it. I'm just saying something in that I think they should look at to maybe adjust just a little bit. Because
I'm okay with it. It's just a coach outsmarting the rules. It's just like anything else.
Outside of 2 minutes, it's not going to affect the game. It doesn't matter. Inside 2 minutes, if you have 12 players on the field, that's a personnel issue. You should be penalized for that more than 5 yards or whatever. That's a mistake.
Offsides is 5 yards. Anything approachment's 5 yards. It's not an egregious play. I don't know. I'm not. I think Ohio State fucked themselves on that.
I agree.
The whole series
because of the slide.
But even plays before that, Ohio State just didn't. Ryan Day's had problems managing clocks. He almost did that last year against Notre Dame. It's just he's had an issue with doing that, and it finally caught up to him. But it was a great game. That was a good game. The only other ones I don't know if you got to see Georgia. You got close with Mississippi State.
Didn't get to see it.
Alabama got lucky. They about lost number 2. If it wasn't South Carolina had them, and then Alabama scored back-to-back touchdowns. South Carolina couldn't get the 2-point conversion. So now they're down 2. Got the onside kick and just got the quarterback overthrew the receiver, or the game was, or they had a chance for. If he doesn't overthrow the receiver, then it's a field goal, and South Carolina has a chance for a field goal. I don't know if you got to see it. That was a great game. Tennessee had to come back and beat Florida. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
There's
no reason our offensive coordinator should still have a position. He plays the most scared football I've ever seen against unranked teams. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Florida, who's not been good this year, that surprised me. I really thought Tennessee would roll them by about 20.
So
I think it was 20. I think it was 20. Games. I think 21 points was the spread, and Tennessee just did not. The only other one, LSU, come back and beat Ole Miss. But what do you think about this Ole Miss team? You're the one that was thinking that you were going to pick a team like Ole Miss.
I didn't watch the game. I was at a wedding all day Saturday. I was in it, so I was not able to have my phone a whole lot. That offense is too good to put up the amount of points they're putting up. And Lane Kiffin's an offensive guy, so that's a problem. Defensively was the issues last year, from what I heard. I'm not an Ohio State or Ole Miss geek, but the defense seems like they're playing well. They're hanging in there. Offensively, they have got to answer. They have one of the best receivers in the country. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the country. They don't have a great running back, but college football, it's a passing game. Let's be real. Or all run. You either have either or.
Yeah.
They should be putting up more points. It's an offense problem, in my opinion.
Well, they're starting to play SEC teams. That's the problem. And that's Lane Kiffin's heel has always been playing SEC teams that with good defenses. And SEC's always had several teams with good defense, and that's what's getting them in trouble now. And then the last game, Illinois, Purdue. Come on, man. How do you have a 2-touchdown lead?
Oh, they were up like 20 at one point.
24-3, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
You lucky Purdue did not get that last 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch this game. I was in a bar after the wedding before we got to the reception, and I looked, and that's when Illinois was up 21. I was like, oh, they're kicking the shit out of Purdue. And it felt good because Purdue's coach was our defense coordinator a few years ago. Really liked him, so I was hated that he went to Purdue. Took a lot of U of I guys with him. Then we lose to Purdue last year. I was like, oh, great. But, yeah, we're up 20. I look back like later in the night, and I see F/OT, and I look at the score, and I went, so then I look at how it happened, and I see the 2-point conversion to win it. And I didn't know any of that. That's crazy.
I texted Josh right before the 2-point conversion, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
I don't even remember him.
I quit watching it. It was 24-3.
Illinois.
That's probably when I looked. Honestly,
I quit watching it 24-3, and I moved it over to the LSU. I think it may have been the LSU game I went to. And then I don't remember. I saw somebody text me, or I think it was Mitch text me and said, "Got to be kidding me!" I looked at the score, flipped it over there, and Purdue had to lead or tied it or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" So
luckily Illinois won, but I am glad that it happened. It's a good learning experience. You almost blow a game. Luckily, they still walk out of there with a win, but that a lot of tape you can learn. So.
And the last game talk about, well, we're not going to talk about. Air Force loses another one, 52-37.
Damn it! This team sucks.
They're 1-6, I think, is what their record or something like it. They have one win all the year, so
I'd love to come cover them for a week, though.
Did you email them or didn't you? Weren't you going to
email them?
You said you were going to.
You said you were going to.
I wanted to call the damn commander, the Air Force Academy, and let them know. Probably a 3-star general.
Why don't you get our commander to go out, call him and see?
No, what I should do is send him a nicely worded.
Text Hugo. I have his number.
I should send them a nicely worded email with a little bit of a triple option highlight film, real quick attached. Be like, see, somebody knows how to run this shit. We need to work.
Gosh. All right, this weekend. There are some good games coming on this weekend that should be good. Alabama, Tennessee. All right, Bryce, what do you guys say about this?
Gosh. This was chalking up all season to be a great matchup between what could have been 2 top 4 ranked teams. 2 weeks ago, they both have some of the worst losses I've ever seen, Vanderbilt and Arkansas. And then last week, they both barely went against 2 terrible teams again. So it's literally going to come down to whoever starts playing good again. I have no idea who could win this. If Tennessee plays aggressive, I think our defense is good enough to slow down that Alabama offense. But if we don't play aggressive offense, we're going to score like 17 points and lose this game.
Yeah,
I'm kind of interested to see how it goes because it just depends on Alabama. It's how their quarterback goes. If he's sucking, they just suck. But so it'll be interesting to see if Tennessee can just hold them off.
Yeah, I'm interested to watch Tennessee's offense against Alabama's defense. If Tennessee's offense is piss poor like they have been the last 2 weeks, I don't think they're going to stand much of a chance. Is it in Tennessee? I believe it is.
Yes, it is in Tennessee.
Okay, so that's going to play a huge advantage. I do think Alabama will get their 20, here or there. I don't know how it is. So I think Tennessee's offense can keep pace, especially in Knoxville. I like that should be a good game. Tennessee's offense needs to come to play.
Yeah.
Does Tennessee have a DB that can guard Ryan Williams?
They have a good D line to get to Milrow before he throws it. But
Just hope you don't throw it to that 17-year-old. But all right, another game. Georgia, Texas. Georgia, Texas.
Yeah,
In
this
Texas.
is a ball game.
This has to be the matchup of the week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a 6:30 ball game too. So
Dang, that's gonna be a good one.
We're gonna be able to watch it on the way home, probably.
Probably on the way home. Yeah, from the game,
Yeah.
we probably watch it.
I just want to see if this Georgia defense can rebound to get back to what they were looking like earlier in the season and maybe last year. I think that's been the staple, and they really haven't played as good as they had the first few weeks. When who did Georgia play week 1?
Clemson.
Was it?
I thought Georgia played Clemson.
No, you're right. You're right. And they were dominant.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they haven't looked as dominant. They've looked like a good defense. Quinn Ewers comes back. I think he played last week, didn't he?
He played last week, and he'll be back.
You see if he knocks off some rust from last week and leads Texas, because Texas, they're rolling. They look good.
Yeah, this will be an interesting game. See if Texas can compete in the. This is where they're going to be if they can compete. And Seth Rep, I see you every morning. I got shit to talk to you about tomorrow when it comes to Texas, because he's a big Texas fan. So
Horns
get
up.
ready for it.
Tell Rep I said what's up.
I will do that. And the last game, the game we are going to be at in Champaign shithole, Michigan, Illinois.
I hate
a
that
lovely
town.
place.
No, it is not.
Lovely place. It's all orange
Champaign
and blue.
is not a lovely place.
It's orange and blue everywhere, and it gets me in the holiday
Orange
spirit.
chicken everywhere, maybe.
What's wrong with orange chicken? That's good.
All right, we will be near the U Hotel. Is the plan? That's our plan. Parking. We'll have pork burgers. I got 40 pork burger box of 40 pork burgers. I got some hot dogs because that's all my kiddos eat.
Oh,
There'll be a group of us there. John Braden. Shout out.
Wow.
Zach Walkie. Us three. Zach Walkie. My
Bronx?
boy Bronx will be there. My nephew Reed Miller will be there.
That's our
So
DD.
you
I
guys
thought
are
Reed was like 8 years old. I'm not gonna lie.
16, man. He's 16.
Sorry, Reed.
So,
Appreciate you watching.
yeah, he does listen. So he will be there. He'll probably want to get on the live. Him and Bronx will be all over that live cast.
I'm gonna rip some Yankee trivia to Bronx. I'm excited. See what he knows. I'm gonna test him, Roy. I'm gonna test him. More modern day. I'm not gonna go old style. I'm gonna keep more modern.
He'll know some. He'll know
He
some.
literally doesn't stop talking about sports. He
Yeah,
has zero personality.
We'll see.
He's a big Yankee fan.
Give me. Let's keep it short and sweet. We're really gonna go. We're gonna talk about when we're live. We just will because we'll be there. One thing you're watching, Roy, as a Michigan fan. One thing you're watching.
Quarterback. I mean, that's
Michigan quarterback play.
I got two things: quarterback and how our DBs do against your wide receivers. That's it.
Bryce.
If Michigan's quarterback plays well, I think they will win.
Mm-hmm.
But their run game is what's going to win them the ball game, if you ask me. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that leads me into what I'm looking for. I'm also looking at two things, Roy. I'm looking at Illinois' defense against the run. If they don't stop it, they won't win. It's plain and simple. I mean, Bryce just farted everywhere. Everywhere. Second thing I'm looking for is can Illinois take care of the football? If Illinois can keep, because if Illinois can't stop the run, they don't have a chance.
Yeah.
If they can stop the run a little bit or slow them down, it don't have to be perfect. And they take care of the football, they got a chance.
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm looking for.
This is either going to be. I think it'll be a close game. I just think just how physical will this game be?
Yeah,
because the last several times especially 2 years ago when Bryce and I were in Ann Arbor, that was a physical game.
So much fun,
and it was a very good game. Very
getting the ball every play.
Yeah, and Blake Corum got hurt, but physicalness was it was in display. Are these two teams still where they're at from 2 years ago?
We'll
I think that's what's got him.
Yep. All right.
Man, I barely even made it to the stadium that game. I was so drunk from the tailgate.
Are you gonna get that bad this weekend?
I hope not. We were literally just drinking to stay warm. It was
believe
like
it was pretty
negative
cold.
40.
I know. I remember.
Hey,
that.
And we just were sipping moonshine and Fireball the whole time to stay warm.
and we got a little bit of both for this weekend too. So
I will not
I was
let
in
the
Vegas.
Fireball.
It was like 75 degrees there. I was having a good time.
I can't wait to see Josh do some fireball shots.
Some purple schnapps or
And some-
schnapps.
No,
I
we
got
will
some
not-
good moonshine for you, man.
That's
Good.
fine, but we will not have
Montana
any blueberry
moonshine.
schnapps, and Randy will not be there. No
If
way.
anybody comes, bring blueberry schnapps.
Oh my god.
And Josh will do a shot with you.
I will die before I do that. All right, got anything else for college football?
Hey, looking forward to this weekend. Can't wait till Saturday.
Good, because I've been waiting for this the entire episode. I know. That's why I've been trying to roll. It's baseball. So last time we spoke, it was the ALDS and LDS. We are into the CS, and then we'll start with the New York Yankees. They have moved on to the ALCS. I believe the Mets had won when we talked last week, hadn't they? Or had they not?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I'll just go over. Cleveland wins Game 5 against Detroit. They move on to the ALCS. Yankees win in 4 against the Royals. Move on. The LA Dodgers win in 5 over the Padres. That was a good series. Dodgers come back and win 2 straight. So does Cleveland as well, win 2 straight. And then the Mets take care of Philly 3-1 in a divisional showdown. 3 of the 4 were division matchups. Phillies, Mets, Dodgers, Padres, Guardians, Tigers. Only one that wasn't was Yankees, Royals. So let's recap just real fast. We don't have to go in depth. Tigers, Guardians. You guys have anything to say about that series?
All I got to say is, man, Tigers, you were 6 outs away from winning that ball game. Had an 0-2 count on a guy, and you gave up a solo shot, and that led to floodgates. And you in game
David
4,
Fry.
yeah, and then all of a sudden you just out. So the flip, that little flip killed the Tigers.
Yeah, and I was really. We'll get into it in a second. I'll just say Yankees lead the ALCS over the Guardians. The 1-0 game last night happened for you guys. Game 2 already had happened. But I couldn't believe, they had that big David Fry solo shot that extends their season. And then you face the American League Cy Young winner, Tyreek Skubal, and their deadline pickup, Lane Thomas, hits a grand slam off him, and that place explodes. Big win. That's just 2 clutch hits for Cleveland, who is a pitching team. So those hits aren't guaranteed.
Yeah.
Let's go over to the other side. Mets, Phillies. Bryce, you had the Phillies win the World Series, so I'll let you go first on this one. What do you got?
What do I got for the recap?
Yeah, just recap.
I mean,
thoughts real quick.
Mets just got so hot at such the right time, and we all know that's the hardest thing to beat in the MLB playoffs is the team that's the hottest at the right time. We saw it last year. The Phillies seem to do it every year. This year that they were the 1 seed that didn't do it. I mean, I want to say good for the Mets about this Cinderella story, but they do pay their players the most every year. It's not a fucking Cinderella story. They shouldn't be good. They're just normally ass. I can't wait to watch them lose the series to the Dodgers and Frank the Tank just go fucking ballistic.
Roy, what do you got from that series?
The Mets are hot. I mean, they're the Diamondbacks of last year, and they're just they're getting their timely hitting and playing good They're playing good defense. That's what's saying, and if you can pitch and play good defense, you can guys you're giving yourself a chance to win.
Yeah, you nailed it on the head. Timely hitting. They're not even. They have had big hit after big hit after big hit. Even regular season into the wild card when they played the Brewers, Game 5 or Game 3, which was their last game in that series. They survived. Big timely hitting. And yes, same thing. And Bryce kind of nailed it on the head. The Phillies kind of had the opposite of what they've been the last few years. They went off to a blistering start, and they just limped in, man. They just struggled late. And I know that because I had them in the our draft thing, and they just could not win games there in the last 2 months. And they came into the playoffs, and they just didn't look very good. They didn't have that spark. The last couple of years, it's been the opposite. Slow starts, got hot at the right time. So hats off to the Mets because they're just winning games. It's a different guy every time. So let's go Dodgers Padres. I actually have the Padres as my World Series pick. They're up 2-1. Dodgers win 2 straight. They win a bullpen game in Game 4 and takes it to Game 5 and they win it. The Padres were also like the Mets. They had timely hitting a lot. Really did run out of luck. They're late. Just didn't win the big Game 5 on the road in LA. That was really it. I really thought the Padres were rolling, and they kind of just hit a wall of the Dodgers.
Anything to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Dodgers I thought the Dodgers would win the series. I also think they're going to go to the World Series. It's hard to pitch around the best player in the world, best player of all time, arguably, and 3 MVP caliber players around him. Yeah, it's just too much money. We know money doesn't always win championships, but this is the most we've ever seen. So that's all I got for this series.
All I got to say is Padres gave. That was a good series, and the Padres gave everything they had. I thought some bad, just unlucky things happened to the Padres there in the last couple of games. But the Dodgers were good. But we'll have to see if they can keep it against the Mets.
Yeah. And then the last one, Yankees Royals. Bryce, you'll have the shortest one. I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, I thought whenever the playoff picture was announced, I thought that if the Orioles or Astros won their series, they would be the matchup that would beat the Yankees. Both of them lost. So I think that the Yankees had a clear shot to the World Series once both those teams lost. I think that they outmatched Cleveland hitting-wise 20 times. It just becomes a pitching battle. I think they do the same thing. Royals, sorry. And then I think they do the same thing with Cleveland. I think that they have so much firepower at the bat that they outmatch them so much. All they have to do is have their pitchers rely on them, win them 2 games.
Yeah. Roy, how about you? What do you think? What did you think about the Royals-Yankees series?
What can you say? To me, there was 2 players that just came to play.
Anthony Rizzo.
I already know the
2. Stanton.
Yep.
Stanton came in. I just came and hit, and then Cole, Garrett Cole.
Oh, that's not who I thought you were going to say.
The way he came out in game 4, right? Game 4.
Yeah, 4.
Game 4, and we needed 7 innings. I think I called it. I said he's going to go 7 innings. I think he didn't give up a run. Gave up 2 hits. He didn't allow 3 hits, and he kept the no home run ball. That's the thing he does, and he pitched that money that we're giving him. He did well, and I hate to say it. The other guy you're talking about, Gleyber Torres.
Nope.
That's Glaber's been playing.
Yeah.
I didn't know who you're talking about.
You might.
And I think the Yankee.
Luke Weaver. That's what I was going to say.
No, Luke Weaver's there. He has been a stud, but I've saved him for last night. When he played last night.
I'll be pretty quick. I looked at this series. I want to say, and you guys were not big on the Royals. Now, I didn't think they'd be this good. That was a damn good team. I'm not going to lie. Their team fit great around each other. I just don't think they had the bats to survive. Their pitching, it held. What did the Yankees score? Game 1 the most, 6 runs? Yeah. If you score less than 6 runs, you have a shot to win every game, in my mind. They really pitched well, especially that bullpen, which was a question mark coming in. They just didn't hit. On the Yankee side, Giancarlo Stanton was great. Juan Soto was good, and Gleyber Torres was good. Outside of that, they did get some good starting pitching. Cole wasn't great in Game 1, but he was okay.
I think the layoff.
I agree. Rodon wasn't great, but he wasn't awful either in Game 2. He kept them in the game. It's end of the day. After that, they pitched well from the starters, Clark and then Cole in Game 4. But I want to say hats off to the bullpen. I think that's what won them the series. They went, I don't know the exact number, about 18 innings, 0 earned runs, not 1 run across the plate. That is how you win in the playoffs as a dominant bullpen. I thought Boone managed excellent in the playoffs. Now, he didn't make a whole lot of moves offensively, but I thought bullpen-wise, he made every right call. So hats off to him. So let's roll it right into the CS. We'll start out west. I say out west. Dodgers, Mets. For us, they are currently 1-1. When you guys see this, they might have started Game 3 tomorrow. For us, it'll be today for you guys. But it might not have started. So I think this one will stand true at 1-1. Bryce, what do you think? Dodgers, Mets. I know you said you think the Dodgers will win, but what are you looking for?
I do. I think the Dodgers will win. I just don't think that they can pitch around this team. I've said that about the Padres as well. I don't think that you can pitch around LA. And I think LA can outscore what I think their pitching might lack against the Mets, even though they are hot.
Yeah. Roy?
I think yesterday showed a flaw in the Mets. They got that big lead, got those couple home runs. And then you saw defense kind of folding there at the end, gave up 3 runs and got lucky to get out of it because of the bullpen. They're 1-1, and Shohei hasn't done shit yet in the first two games.
Yeah.
So just imagine you get him going, and then with the rest of that team, if I'm the Mets, yeah, you're 1-1, but you're lucky to be 1-1. And I think the Dodgers have just got too much firepower and too much skilled players to be anywhere. I think they'll win this. I think they'll go to New York. I think they'll go 6. I think Mets will still pull one, but I think the Dodgers will get it.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn. I mean, yeah, I agree with you guys. On paper, the Dodgers have the firepower, and they should win this series. Let's be real. But we all know the power of a hot baseball team. The Mets have timely hitting. It's not like they're just getting it from one guy either. It's not like every time Pete Alonso comes up, he's getting a timely hit. They're all doing it right now. So I give them hats off for that. Their pitching, even though I don't think the Mets pitching is great, it's keeping them in every game, and that's all you can ask for. The thing that does scare me is LA. Their starting rotation is not very good. Now, they do have Jack Flaherty, and he's pitched well. They do have Yamamoto, who has pitched okay so far, but he's coming back from injury. Outside of that, they don't have another starting pitcher. I mean, they had to go bullpen game to keep their season alive. I mean, it worked. I'm not going to lie. And they talked about doing a bullpen game in Game 5 the next day, or 2 days later, but next game. So for me, the Mets are going to move on if they get to the Dodgers starting pitcher, whoever it is for the day. If the Dodgers starting pitcher can give them length and keep them in a game, obviously I think LA will move on. I'm fascinated to see their battles, though, especially I thought it was big the Mets got one in New York. Now they have, or in LA. Now they have 3 straight in LA, or God, I keep flipping it, in New York. And at the end of the day, the Mets have the chance to not have to go back to LA. So it's possible. And then the one that, we care about more, the Cleveland Guardians, the New York Yankees. Bryce, again, you'll have a shorter say, so I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, I already said I think the Yankees have a better matchup against this one. I think that Cleveland might have one of the best pitching rosters in the playoffs, but I think that the Yankees have the bats to overcome it, and we saw that last night.
Yeah.
They just play well. They're getting hot at the right time.
Roy?
Yes, I agree. The Yankees, you got to think this. We're getting runners. I mean, I don't know how many people we've left on base in this last series and then last night. We're leaving a lot of guys on. But this is Stan's hitting the ball, Soto is hitting the ball, and Torres. So your 3 of your top 5 are doing what they need to be doing. I thought, last series Judge looked like shit in my opinion, and some of the bats he looked good, but most of overall, I thought last night's bats looked a lot better than what they had been. If he can get him going, and when Rodon, I've never been a Rodon fan, and what he did last night, I gotta give him credit. He came out and did what the Yankees needed him to do in Game 1, and that was go 6. He gave up that 1 home run, and go to the
most whiffs in a Yankee game history as a pitcher. Yeah. 26 whiffs.
So he did what he needed to do. Boone, I thought, did a great job last series. Last night I was not happy with. He's had a good rotation. I texted you guys about that. Holmes, Kenkel, Weaver, and those have been his 3. What is his name? Kangley. Kenkel. Those 3 guys have been the three guys that have been dominant in the postseason. And you bring in a lefty specialist in Hill, who I just didn't think that was a good move by them. But Weaver came in and did what he needed to do. And this Yankee team, Rizzo had a good hit. Verdugo had some good at bats. Volpe's had some good at bats. If you can continue to do this, they will they'll take care of the Guardians. And with Cole going tonight, I'm pretty optimistic and feel pretty good.
Yeah, to me, the Yankees, their offense, like you said, we've left a lot of runners on base. They haven't fully clicked, and Boone said it every postgame. They haven't gotten the big hit to break it open. That does scare me. They need it. They need it one time so that you can do it. We haven't led. Every game we've played in the playoffs has been a nail biter. Now, like last night, 5-1. But yeah, I agree. But they need one to break open to really, take a breath, and maybe to save a bullpen one day. But I really do like the Yankees pitching has been phenomenal, and that is what was so good in the beginning of the year, and that's why we got off to such a great start. Then it faded, and it was really bad in the middle of the season and into the fall. But yeah, they're back. If Carlos Rodon pitches like that the rest of the way, I mean, that team can beat anyone. I don't care if it's the Dodgers or not. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's a 1 and a 2 that could go 6-inning shutout at any point.
And you can get that third start by Smith, Clark Smith.
Yeah,
You're talking. I mean, yeah, that's a 5-game series at the most.
Agree. The one thing the Yankees need to get going, they need to get those lefties going. Wells hitting 100. 2 batters later, Chisholm hitting 100. 3 batters later, Verdugo. Even though I think Verdugo's had good at bats, and he got a hit last night, so it's probably around like the 230. Still hasn't got other than game 1 of the Royals, hasn't really had a big game offensively. They just gotta get lefties going, and I will give them credit. The Royals threw over half of the innings that they played were lefties. It's just hard matchups. Wells isn't a lefty killer. He's not. Neither is Jazz, even though he does hit lefties okay. And to me, I think that's a reason why Glaber has looked good. He's been facing lefties. He does hit lefties decent. Stanton has always mashed lefties. Well, he's just in the playoffs. But tonight they get a righty in BB. Against lefties, he's a fastball changeup. And against righties, he's a fastball slider. I think the Yankees, if Cole gives them innings, and I think they can, I think the Yankees got a good shot tonight, go up 2-0, hopefully, and I do like the Yankees in the series. I just think Cleveland's starting pitching is just weak. And I don't have anything else for baseball. You guys?
No, just loving it.
All right. That will take us into our miscellaneous. And I don't have a lock. I'm going to have a game.
Oh, boy.
It's a quick one. It'll be less than 5 minutes.
I don't have anything, so we'll just do these.
That's all right. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. This is active players, home run playoff leaders. Okay. Now, I will. So I will give you some context. This does not have to be. Why can I not?
Click it.
Oh,
there you go.
This does not have to be someone who's in the playoffs at the moment. Okay. I'll give you an example, like Houston. Houston's not in the playoffs right now, but this is an active player. Now, I will also give you guys help because I took this earlier. I did it earlier myself. Some of these players do not play for this team anymore. I'll give you a hint right here. This guy on the Dodgers does not play for the Dodgers anymore, but he has 9 postseason home runs. Does that make sense? And he's still in baseball. So you have to think when you see Houston or Boston, Chicago, Philly, that team, when they were in the postseason, who has the most home runs? So all it is home runs. You have 5 minutes and there's 33 players. Your timer starts now.
Well, number one's probably the cheater, Jose Altuve.
Altuve.
Number 1.
Boston,
Schwarber.
Chicago. Yeah. Houston is another one. Who do you think it would be, Roy?
I was trying to see 3 or 4 Houstons. I know George Springer down there.
That's who I was going to say as well, Springer.
Dodgers,
you think Verlander's up there yet? Or not Verlander?
Corey Seager.
Seager. Who'd you say?
Not Verlander. I meant to say.
Stanton.
God, I can't think of his name now.
Judge. Betts. Mookie Betts.
I'll go with New York.
I don't believe he's on here. He
Rizzo. Yep. Gosh, why can't I think of his name? Who's the huge left fielder for Astros? I just don't know if he's been in long enough to have 19.
Gurriel.
That's not who I'm talking about, but
I was thinking him.
I don't know if he's on here. I don't think he is. If he is,
Rosarito.
He is on here. Or Rosarena is on here.
I'm saying St. Louis, Tampa.
He is.
Yeah, I see.
I don't know how to spell
Chris
it.
Bryant's on there.
Chris Bryant.
I'll look. Randy Rosarena is on here. I know that.
Lindor. No.
Arenado's on there, I think. Or not. Or maybe Arenado.
I don't believe Arenado's on there.
No.
No, Goldschmidt is on there.
Roy, did you say somebody after Rosarena?
Probably. I can't think who I said.
Oh.
Freeman's on there.
Soto.
Soto is the last one on here.
Yeah, I saw that, number 7.
God, who is that that's on 5 teams?
I know. I
You guys are really missing some Astros.
Yeah, who's the big
Kyle Tucker?
guy in left field?
I don't think Kyle Tucker's on here. No, he is on here. Okay.
Roy, do you know what I'm talking about? The huge black guy that plays left field.
I know who you're talking about.
I know. I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
I can picture him. I just can't think of his name.
Yeah,
right
I
off
can
my head.
too. Houston, Minnesota. Bryce Harper.
Oh,
Man, I'm not going to lie, Roy. You're not doing as good as I thought you would.
how about Castellina or Nick?
I don't.
He should be Cincinnati, Detroit, Philly.
Yeah, I think you're right. He is on here.
Oh, Lindor would be on there, right?
That's the name you said. That's the name that you said that I heard, but I didn't. I don't know if he's on here, but I think he is.
Yeah, he's right down there.
Atlanta, Chicago, Miami.
Castellanos is on there, yes. Still missing some Houstons.
I know. I'm gonna say what's his name? Carlos Correa, whatever his name is.
Yep.
Justin.
You think?
Is
Muncy?
Manny Machado on there?
Yes, he is.
Is Muncy on there?
Muncy is on here. You have a minute 15.
How about Will Smith?
I don't believe he's on here. No, I did type that name as well, Roy. Still missing
Freddie
some.
Freeman.
Already said it's on here.
Is Bellinger on there? Yep.
Oop, already took it.
13
13 left. You got a minute.
Gosh dang it.
I can't believe you're missing some of the big boys still.
Some of the big boys.
in LA.
Yeah, you're missing some big boys.
Well,
Did
then
you get
Milwaukee,
Betts
New York.
already?
I just can't
Betts is
believe
not
it.
on here.
Oh.
Watch New York.
Yeah.
That one's gonna piss you off, Roy.
Texas.
Is there another
No,
St.
Milwaukee,
Louis
New York. I didn't get it either.
St. Louis, Tampa Bay, Seattle.
Home run hitters. I can't believe you
I
haven't
just
gotten
got
the top guy in Houston.
I know who it is. I
Who?
can't fucking think of his
It's
name.
not, that's not the guy at top.
Oh. But he's on there. He's got the 12 then.
He's Yordan Alvarez. He is.
Yeah, Jordan.
Not the guy that you should get though.
I don't know.
Yeah, that we should get for Houston. He's only been on Houston.
Oh, Bregman. Jeez. Justin Turner, I even thought of him. I was like, Jock
Bregman,
Peterson.
Kike Hernandez, Justin Turner, Jock Peterson, Travis d'Arnaud,
Oh, Gary
JD
Sanchez.
Martinez, Chris Taylor, Rafi.
We said Yuri
Scoops.
Guerrero.
Oh, well, okay, you did get that one right. I just spelled it wrong. Chris
Um,
Taylor, Rafi Scoops, Adolis Garcia, Gary Sanchez, and Jorge Soler.
The Devers and Garcia I should have got. I can't believe. Turner,
When
I thought of.
When I took this, I did not get Kyle Tucker, and I did not get Bellinger, but I got all the other ones you got. I also got
Justin Turner says Dodgers. He's not with the Dodgers anymore. That's what I was. I had.
Nobody has 13 postseason home runs with the Dodgers.
Oh, I thought it meant like with teams
Yeah,
they currently with too.
with just LA.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a postseason home run with the Cubs.
I was thinking I had Justin Turner, but I'm like he's not with the Dodgers anymore. So
the only one that I looked at and I didn't think was correct was I don't think Yuli Gurriel ever hit a postseason home run with the Marlins. I thought that one was wrong, but outside of that, it looked all right. I got Bregman when I took it. I also got Kike Hernandez because I watched the Dodgers game a little bit. I missed Justin Turner, missed Jock Peterson, missed d'Arnaud. I got JD Martinez. I missed these three this one. I missed Gary, and I got Jorge Soler. So not bad, boys, but I thought Roy didn't do as well as I thought.
No, my head was not
better than
you
thought.
You did better than I thought.
Sometimes I show up in these games. It just depends on how my head feels.
You're up, Bryce.
I got a game, and I'm going to give you guys 2 wrong answers because this is the Yankees gauntlet. We're basically going to go over leaders of all time through the Yankees. I'm going to give you 2 wrong. That's it. I don't even remember how many there is, but there's a decent amount of questions. First one, hits leader for the Yankees.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah, Derek Jeter.
That is correct.
Go.
Pitching wins.
Gotta be
Probably.
my
I
guess
would
is like
say Whitey Ford, but
that's also my guess.
That is correct.
Wow. Look at us, Roy.
And if you get one wrong, I'll just count it as wrong. I won't give you multiple wrong answers on one question.
Okay.
The next one, strikeout leader.
probably Andy Pettit.
It is Andy
Wow,
Petitti.
Nice.
Home run leader.
Babe
This
Ruth.
should be a shoo-in, yeah.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth's like
I know.
leader.
I was trying to think of like Mickey, those kind of players. I couldn't tell
Yeah.
their total stats.
Who has the longest hitting streak?
Oh,
Joe DiMaggio.
yeah.
Can you tell me what his hitting streak is?
56 games.
56.
Wow, I actually thought it was in the 60s.
World Series rings.
Who
I
has the
think
most?
I think I know
Yogi
this
Berra.
answer. Yes.
Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
How many?
Should I let you?
8?
Should I let 8?
Counting
Is it 8?
manager, how many?
Oh,
11.
I have no clue.
10.
I thought you had 3.
I didn't know that answer.
I'll let you
Single
answer the next
season
one.
steals.
That's tough because we did have Ricky Henderson for a little bit.
That's who my guess would have been.
I think it's Ricky.
It is Ricky
oh
Henderson.
My God, I'm fucking rolling with this old knowledge.
First baseman home run leader.
Luke Gehrig.
Yeah, that would also be my guess. Lou Gehrig.
It is Lou Gehrig. Now, the last 5 are all pretty similar. The last 5 World Series MVPs. And bonus points if you can tell me what year they won.
Oh, it's not
Last-
the way you asked that. I thought it was the same player. Holy God!
No, it's been different players. So last
I don't-
5. So the last one was 2019, right?
Oh, no, 19. I
I'm
wish.
sorry, 2009. I mean, and that
Can
was
I say this one because I know this one?
okay.
Hideki Matsui.
Matsui! Godzilla!
2 bombs in the last game, baby.
So before
When
that
was-
would have been 2000.
See now,
2000's correct.
now this I don't know I don't know
Okay.
which years.
So,
Jeter
well,
got
so it would have been 90. So we got 2009. So you have to go 96, 98, 99, 2000.
That
So
is
those are
correct.
So those are the years.
Well, I was born in
Um,
2000.
You watched all of them.
I obviously was.
I
Not
did watch
watching.
all of them. I am going to say, gosh, now you're going to make me think about this. All right.
You don't even have a guess for any of these?
I mean, Derek Jeter won one of them. I know that at least. I couldn't tell you the years though. No.
90. I'm going to, God damn it. I am going to say the MVP for 96. God, no, I'm going to go 2000 first because I think that's easier. Or not. I don't think that any of them are easier. You think the DJ won one?
I thought Derek Jeter. I thought he had one for sure. I couldn't tell you what year though. But I thought he had one.
Okay, I'll say DJ won one. Do I have to
Which
guess the
year?
year?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to guess the year. I'm gonna say 2000
That is correct.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed. The most
because
recent.
I wasn't gonna. I know he didn't win 90 because he hardly played in 96.
Yeah.
I was going to say
3 more, and you have a perfect
Bernie
sweep of the
Williams.
Yankees gauntlet.
This I have not a clue.
I was gonna say Bernie Williams won 98.
That is not correct.
Damn it!
Did he win one in that range?
No, he did
Yeah.
not win one.
Damn it! So I didn't.
Do you have another guess for who 98 would have been?
Scott Brocious. I don't know.
That is correct.
Wow.
Damn it! That's who I was
See-
gonna say, and I didn't.
Damn.
Well,
See, I know that name because of that, but I didn't know he won the MVP. I just know that name.
They're missing 99 and 96 as MVPs.
I have not.
Is 99 Tino Martinez?
That is not correct. You have another
I'm
guess?
trying to think of 96.
99, I will say.
This one is a pitcher.
Oh, and, probably Andy Pettit.
Did
No.
Roger Clemens ever get one?
And 99?
I have no clue his time frame with the Yankees.
He was. It would have been. He was in there 99, but he didn't.
Wasn't
Mo?
Roger Clemens?
It was Mo.
Oh my
No.
God! I did know he won one.
I
I
didn't
couldn't have
know he
told
won
you
one.
what year.
And
So
96.
Let
Good
me
guess,
see if I
Roy.
can get. I'm gonna give a guess. I know it's not correct.
You have your 2 strikes. You have to get this one.
Come on, Roy. For all the marbles. Who the hell would be good?
Gauntlet.
The problem is, I actually know
96.
96 better than I know the other 3. I don't know because
96.
I would have to hear it to even remember the name probably.
Roy,
you're
who are the
talking-
people you're thinking?
Well, Paul O'Neill, but I know it's not him.
No.
96.
That was the year that Jeter and all them sat.
Yeah, I mean that's before they were
Yeah.
the big four.
Was Paul O'Neill was in
Jim
the outfield?
Lairitz.
I've never heard that.
Is that your guess?
Yeah, because I can't think of anybody else.
That is not correct.
Who's playing?
Damn
Hold on. Who's playing first base before? In that year, before
It wasn't Don Mattingly didn't play that year.
he didn't play that year.
No, he didn't have. He never won a World Series.
I did know that actually.
He 95. That's when he
Yeah,
retired.
that sucks, man.
That does suck.
I don't know who.
John Wetland.
I've never. heard
Yeah,
that before.
he was the closer before Mo, and I knew that, but I didn't know he was a MVP. Shit, I
Nice.
missed him.
Yeah, you gotta ask
we
me
got
stuff
the-
while I was alive.
Hey, what? I was
Yankees
live,
gone.
and I remember watching that.
The
I loved it.
2009 one.
Yeah,
I'd love to say the word Aaron Judge. I'd love to say it.
Oh man, if you guys do win the World Series, I hope it's Anthony Rizzo. That would be so awesome.
I'd be completely. I don't give a shit if
I would
it'll
love
be.
it.
I
Or
don't,
Mark
Juan Soto.
Stroman.
I don't give a shit if it's Alex Verdugo if I have to say it.
Or Mark
It'll be-
Stroman.
It'll be no.
I'll say
It'll
it's
be
Waldo
Juan
Cabrera
Soto.
with my chest out. Oh, I would love that too. I don't know about his price tag after
I don't
that,
give a
but
fuck who it is as long as the Yankees win the World Series.
We'll see.
shit, I'll stand up with Gleyber Torres for the rest of my life if I have to say that name.
Gosh. All right,
Oh,
last
that would-
thing. Or
That
last
would
thing
be a
before we
kick in
end
the
it,
ass for us.
because the Yankee game starts in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What's the bet for Saturday, Josh?
Well, I don't know exactly. We'll have to talk about that a little bit.
I figured.
We have to do something. We all have to do something. I have to do the worst. You have to do the second. No,
I do not have to do the
no.
worst.
You need to do the second worst, and you do have to do something from the baseball thing.
Yeah,
That's the only thing.
but you guys owe me like 3 or
I know.
4.
That's why I have to do something bad. I just don't want to be fucking blackout drunk going into the game. I'd at least like to enjoy the game first. That's all. I'll be drunk a little bit. I just
If
want to enjoy
anybody's
the
looking
game.
for us, we will be on the Horseshoe. If anybody knows
Yep.
knows the stadium,
Okay.
well, we will be at the Horseshoe.
More info to come on that. Like button, subscribe, comment. I got to get home to watch the Yankee game. Go Yanks. Peace. See you next week.
Yeah.
Bear down.
Bear down. All right. See you guys.
Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next to